There are collectibles you know are a good investment. For example, we'll show you Elvis Presley's Lincoln Continental and Princess Diana's necklace. But what about your stuff? Things you inherited, things you found at garage sales, or even your Beanie Babies. Could they be valuable? Our audience members are hoping their collectibles are worth big bucks when our expert appraises them live on the air. Trash or treasure? Next on Debra Duncan.
From the ABC Channel 13 studios, it's Houston's own Debra Duncan.
Good morning! Good morning, and thank you all for joining us in our studio audience this morning. And thank you at home for joining us. Thank you. Wow! You all a little extra this morning. What was that you just said?
I said, go, Deborah.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I'm not going anywhere right now because we've got a show to do. But, okay, so we've all heard the saying that one man's junk is another man's treasure. Well, get this. One person bought a teddy bear for $5,000. That's quite a bit for a teddy bear, right? But they sold it for $30,000. Yeah. And another woman won a baseball card in a sweepstakes, made $650,000 when she sold the card. So when you hear things like that, it gets you to thinking, what do I have that could be worth a lot of money and I don't even know it? You'll notice that several of our audience members brought some collectibles with them today. And ma'am, what do you have there?
I have a Flow Blue platter, and this is a set of one of a set of 3.
Yeah. Do you know how old it is?
It's around 100 or maybe a little older, 100 years old.
Wow. Okay, so that could be worth something. Our collectibles expert is going to take a look at that. And what do you have here, ma'am?
I have a Michael Jackson
Look at that.
pillow.
With your bad self. Look at
Yeah.
Michael Jackson pillow. Okay, we'll take a look and see how much that might be worth. Okay, so someone today might be holding on to a real treasure. And a little later on in the show, our collectibles expert, Tim Luke, will appraise some of these items live on the air. But first, let's find out what makes collectibles valuable in the first place. Please welcome Tim Luke to the show this morning. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Deb. Good to see you.
Nice to see you again. Let's just start with the basic definition of what a collectible is.
Sure. Well, what I define a collectible are things that were never meant to be collected, that when you find in mint condition, collectors will go crazy for. So the things, if it says collectible, might not really be collectible as far as increasing in value over time.
Yeah, okay, and there's different categories of what's collectible.
Yes.
You saw one audience member that had something that's very old,
right,
and for that reason could be collectible.
Correct.
And then, of course, there are things called pop collectibles.
Yes, the pop culture collectibles, which you see everywhere with the Pokemon and the Beanie Babies, which we have a great assortment here.
People went crazy over these things.
A huge fad as far as collecting goes, and this is a prime example of collectors, please beware. Yeah. Do your research and do your homework when you are collecting. Yeah. Because here's an example of a mass-produced item that was $5, and all of a sudden, the stock, it's almost like the stock market, the stock went through the roof and then plummeted. And they're trying
Junk bonds come to mind?
Pretty much, yes. If you look at the stock market, you'll see that if you're going to invest, that's where you should be investing, not in collectibles, because you should do it because you enjoy it.
Yeah, now some of these things did get a lot of money, though. Are there some still out there that are worth something?
Yes. If in any collectible field, if you buy or if you start to collect the first in a series, you should always collect what you like and then get the first in the series, or do your homework and figure out where is the market for these types of things, especially with the Beanie Babies. The bears were the first things that came out, so if you can find any of the bears, those are the ones that may increase in value, but look at the manipulation with the teeny Beanie Babies at McDonald's. The first time they came out, supply and demand. They didn't have enough supply, so the demand was high.
Also, a thing that can affect the price is, do you still have the tags on them? Is it the original tag tag?
Condition. In real estate, it's location. In collecting, it is condition. If you don't have the tags, if you don't have items in pristine condition, then it is almost half or there is no value to it because of those chips or breaks in any kind of thing.
A lot of other things that become collectibles are like related to brand names. For example, Coca-Cola, they had the little bears out this year.
Which is fun.
Things,
it's like advertising. So with any kind of advertising, if you like it, and if you're a bear collector, if you're a Coca-Cola collector, those things have been increasing in value, but don't expect it to increase in value because it just might not.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that if you collect it because you like it, great. Limited editions, you're going to find like these limited edition I Love Lucy watches or these little things. The little boxes, don't expect it to increase in value because it doesn't have that kind of desirability in the marketplace, which is another factor that affects collectibles. Who's going to buy it? Why is it desirable? What makes
Plus,
it
something
important?
like this, these little tin boxes, you find them in everything. You get cookies in them, you get all kinds of things in them. But speaking of boxes, what about lunch boxes? Those lunch pails that we don't see anymore.
Yes, those early ones, but condition. It has to be in great condition and have the thermos.
Yeah,
that
I was going to say,
also
whoever
affects
had
the
a thermos
value.
that lasted
didn't
more
break.
than a week. Yeah, you know, you get to school and you have the Kool-Aid in it and you're like,
That's right.
uh-oh.
Mine always broke.
You know,
Glass
it's
in there,
broken.
always broke.
Yeah. Okay, also, we mentioned a little bit about things that are old.
Right.
This old typewriter, especially when you
Typewriters.
think about the year 2000.
Yes.
You know, basically, most of us stopped using typewriters a while ago.
Or some of us never started.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
It was one of those things that typewriters, that because just like computers and televisions right now, there's a flood on the market, that's how typewriters were. So there are a number of them that are out there. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's
It
valuable.
would have to have something else attached to it. For example, if this was FDR's typewriter.
Right,
that would,
right. Or somebody who wrote for the New York Times. Or, you know, if there is a historical individual with the typewriter, then that will make it valuable because then it adds provenance or history. But just the typewriter itself, not a whole lot of value. There's a lot of them on the marketplace.
Okay, now you mentioned if something says collector's item,
Yes.
usually it's not really going to be worth much.
Right.
TV Guide, with the last
Yes.
Seinfeld, they had this collector's editions of TV guides. You're thinking maybe it's worth a little something down the line?
Well, maybe. It's one of the, but what is worth? It could be $1 maybe worthwhile to somebody.
Yeah.
You don't know what, as far as the value goes, it's all relative.
Plus, it's not like they only made 5 of
They-
these.
Absolutely. TV Guide is probably the largest distribution of any magazine in the world. So you have to imagine how many of these are really out there. The condition, are they in good condition? And if you had the cast members sign it, then you'd have something that would be a little more valuable.
Okay,
Right.
autographs,
Speaking of-
big collectibles, yeah, when you
Yes.
have people sign them. Okay, we have, for example, right here, we have a card by Regis Philbin. Tim, what do you
There
think?
you go. Well, not a whole lot of value right now.
Is that your final answer?
That would be my final answer.
That is your final answer. Okay,
that
sorry,
would be
Reach.
it.
Sorry,
Unfortunately,
Reach.
but his career is changing, you know, so that will increase the value. We do have some nice things here, like this signed baseball, which you can see is signed on the sweet spot,
Ozzie
which you
Smith.
want to look for, but it doesn't look like it was used in a baseball game, so probably not as valuable. And it says to Kim. So Deborah, would you want to buy a ball that says to Kim?
Unless my name was Kim, probably
Thank
not.
you. So that does bring down the value.
Yeah.
So when you're collecting autographs, you have to really look at that kind of thing.
Yeah, same thing with the
Same
picture here.
thing.
You know, but I would think this would be something that's kind of valuable because, here's the bead.
Right, but did he sign this just last week at one of those signings that he does?
As
And somebody
opposed to
had
when
an
he
old-
really was a
When he
kid.
was this old on the set when it was
Yeah.
a publicity shot.
Okay.
So those are all the things that go into, especially autographs. It's a very tricky market.
Yeah, jerseys.
Jerseys. This is, you see a lot of
Heisman
these.
Trophy winner,
Absolutely,
you know.
but was this worn during a game? This could have been just a mass-produced
Well,
jersey.
let me see if it was worn
that-
during I think it could have been, Tim.
It could have. Well, or it could have just been out here for a very long time. It's one of those things that those are the questions you want to ask. Arm yourself as collectors. Do the research, do the homework.
Right.
Because if this was not used in a game, not a whole lot of value. If he just
Of course,
sat
you got
there
to
and
kind of guess
started
if things
signing.
might become valuable. And Tim, I was kind of wondering about this autograph picture right here. Because if we think this could be valuable, I know where to get a lot of them. Autographs.
Priceless.
Yeah,
In my
priceless.
mind.
Priceless. There you go.
Absolutely.
You can have that one.
For my collection.
Okay. Well, a lot of us have things we inherited. In fact, how many of you in the audience are holding things that you inherited? Okay, and you really don't know much about them except that they may be old, or a better word for that would be antique. And by the way, what is the real definition of antique?
100 years old.
Okay,
That's
and we saw that with one of the plates in here, 100 years old.
That's right.
Okay, well, one of our viewers, Deandra Bronny, inherited an old farmhouse full of collectibles, but she doesn't know what's really valuable. So we sent Tim to the farmhouse to help her figure out what to keep and what to toss.
Now, Deandra, you inherited this house 12 years ago, and you haven't looked through any of this stuff in all this time?
No, I've looked through and I don't know what's trash and what's treasure.
Okay, well, we'll go through a lot of it, and I'll help you out with that. Let's start here at the top. What's interesting, I like this scale because it is still working. A lot of scales you'll see are not at the 0, and I think that that's an interesting piece, but condition, you do have to take that into consideration.
And I also want to know about these right here. I love the way they look.
These are great. Now, if you look at the bottom, you see that these are made in Japan. They don't have the stoppers, but look at the condition. See how the crazing on the top? that does affect its value. I think these are more decorative kind of items than really anything of major value. What I like about this house, this pie safe here, I love this piece. This piece is very decorative, but if we open this up, look at the wonderful treasures that we find on the inside here. Now tell me, where did you find these? Were these always in here?
No, they were scattered out throughout the house, and I have found a piece here and there.
And everywhere, huh? Also, there's some other interesting pieces down throughout here. A wonderful decorative bowl here, and if we look on the back, you can see it's made in Japan. And but you don't have any other bowls like this. No, this was the only one that you found. Well, there's some other things in the kitchen here that we're going to take a look at. Let's take a look at some of the drawers.
What about this bottom drawer?
Well, let's take a look. Well, let's see. We've got Cheese Whiz, mayonnaise jars. I think that's pretty much trash.
All right, throughout the show, we'll follow along with Tim and Deandra and their treasure hunt to find out what they uncovered. Still ahead, collectibles that have a celebrity name attached to it or some historical significance can be worth a lot of money. When we come back, we're going to show you Princess Diana's necklace and Elvis Presley's car. What do you think that went for at auction, huh? If Beanie Babies are out, what are this year's coolest collectible? When we come back, we'll find out the ABCs of Y2K collecting. And later in the show, how to make your garage sale bargain worth a lot more than you bargained for without spending a lot of time or money.
Do you think that your mate is cheating on you? Would you like to catch he or she in the act? If so, give us a call at 713-218-2870.
I want to know when it's going to snow. I want to find the ickiest bug.
I want to fix it myself.
At the touch of a button, Compaq can give your family whatever they want. Just get the Compaq Presario 5700N Internet Bundle with a super fast Intel Celeron processor. It's only $9.99, including 15-inch monitor and color printer. Call 1-888-654-0055 to get one now. With Compaq innovations like one-touch internet access, it's the fastest and easiest way to get whatever you want. The Compaq Presario 5700N Internet Bundle with Intel Celeron processor. Just $9.99, plus free unlimited internet access. What more could you want?
I want a new car.
For details, call 1-888-654-0055 today.
The future is
Guess what? I think we're going to Walt Disney World. Mom and Dad are watching that video again of all that fun stuff about the millennium. It's millennium.
It's the perfect year to finally take that Walt Disney World vacation. Just call 1-800-988-2255 now for your free vacation planning video. And find out about all there is to do during our magical year-long Millennium celebration. The video makes planning your trip easy. It shows you how to get into the parks early, where to have breakfast with Mickey Mouse, and how to stay at a Disney resort for as low as $74 a night. So if you've been thinking and dreaming, it's time to start calling. Just call 1-800-988-2255 for your free video today.
Wow. Can we stay for the whole millennium?
Celebrate the future hand in hand.
Thank you. $9,000, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000. Any more? She's still talking, but now she's got her mum on the line.
Mom, I gotta go. The auction's about to start. Okay.
Moving on, lot number 84. Oil on canvas, dated 1870. La Femme Chez Aube.
That is so ugly. Who would bid on that?
$80,000, lady at the front.
I'm not bidding. I get...
$90,000.
No!
Yes, $95,000.
No. Hey, is that Pookie? Pookie!
Yes, $115,000.
No,
Terrific. And that brings us to the end of the auction, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Thank you very much indeed. Good night.
I don't get it. I didn't bid on anything. I did... No! You know, I went to that auction just to look, and I ended up walking out with a bill for like $1.5 million. Okay, we're back with Tim Luke, and as he mentioned, if you're going to buy a collectible, don't do it because you hope it'll make money one day. Buy it because you really like it. However, there are some things that could end up being a good investment, and the man who owns some of those things is Jim McInville, otherwise known as Mattress Mac. Please welcome him to the show this morning. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Joe.
Wow. Jim, tell us what these are.
These are the Swan Lake suite of jewels designed for Princess Diana. She wore these at the Swan Lake, the ballet at the London Ballet about 3 weeks before her death. So these were designed by Gerard, the crown jewelers, for Princess Diana, and she wore the necklace, and the earrings were finished after her death, so unfortunately she never wore these. But these are these incredible jewels from the crown jeweler.
This is awesome. How much did you pay for the necklace?
Well, it's one thing people need to know about auctions is quite often there's an auctioneer's fee involved. So I thought I paid $525,000. When I got the bill, it was plus 10%, $580,000.
Oh, well, yeah, but
read the fine print.
Tim,
Right.
you've done all kinds of appraisals for Christie's and the whole bit. Is that something that is worth the price here, do you think?
Well, it's one of those things that this is a rare find because it is the celebrity aspect to it.
Right.
And this is where the history, really, the background of the piece plays into the value. Not only the intrinsic value of the jewels, but who owned them and why.
And the fact that she's gone now.
Absolutely, and she's not, you know, that also plays into it. So that does factor in, and you do have to read the fine print because a lot of auctions, they do have the buyer's premium and sales tax, and a lot of times I hear that from a lot of people who go to auctions.
Also, does it add to the value when, as we saw there earlier, there's a picture of Diana wearing them?
That just adds to the authenticity, and also when you go to an auction like this, you want to make sure that you're dealing with somebody who's reputable and that the items actually do come from that particular person.
Yeah, you've gotten several things. You have Elvis's car.
Yeah, we have Elvis Presley's 1956 Lincoln Continental Mark II, which is a favorite car of his lifetime. We have the cape he wore in the Aloha Hawaii concert where 1 billion people watched him worldwide. And you know, Elvis died young, as is Princess Di, and we put these at our furniture store. So my value in these collectibles is it brings people to the store to see them. So it's a matter of, not a matter of what they're worth, but what I can do with them. And it's brought hundreds of customers to the store, and you can say these collectibles have saved me money.
Yeah, there you go. Now, have you been driving that car around feeling cool? Or do you
I
don't
drove it
drive
a little bit, but there's a Lincoln Continental Collectors Club, and the man who runs the club for the entire country is coming tomorrow to show me how to get original parts for the car. And you know, it's so important that these collectibles have, you know, authentic documentation, because there's so many ways to get ripped off.
That's right.
The reason I bought the stuff from the Elvis auction was because it all came from Graceland, which had the documentation. And of course, these Princess Di jewels, there's many pictures of her wearing these jewels. Well, I want you to put them on, Deborah.
You want me to actually put that on? You might not ever get it back. Okay, let's see.
We know how much Deborah loves jewelry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. No, but really, the reason why I asked you about driving around the car, there were reports of you driving around with a black Elvis wig on and playing some Elvis tunes there. But, oh, this is awesome.
Wow.
What are some more auction tips that we should think about?
Well, what you should do is, you know, I would hate to go to an auction with you waving your hands like that, because a lot of times the auctioneer may take your bid, but if somebody has to, you know, if the auctioneer has taken your bid, you can say, no, I wasn't bidding, you know, and you don't walk out with the $1 million bill. But always read the fine print, make sure you find out about the buyer's premium. And how many times has it happened
to you in the audience? You walked out with the $1 million bill?
That's right, you know.
Yeah, it happens every day.
But don't be intimidated by auction. Go to them, enjoy them. You can find some really great deals at auction.
Yeah, I've actually gone where people just weren't going to bid really high, and they ended up getting stuff really inexpensively.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've sold things for $5 and $10 that people have then resold for $5,000 or $10,000.
Yeah.
So.
People can actually, there's something that you have going on where people can actually get their picture taken with this in a raffle or something like that?
We're having a contest with radio station KODA where the ladies can win a chance to wear these jewels, get their picture taken by you know, great photographer Evan Thayer here in Houston. So it's a we want to share these jewels with everybody in Houston, and we're building a big Princess Di exhibit to show what an incredible person she was, and that's part of the reasons is she espoused hope across the world, and I think these jewels are a good reminder of her.
Well, Jim, thank you very much. You can go now.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, we're going to jewels.
Really, you can go now, Jim. Later, a little bit later on. Okay. Earlier, we showed you Tim's first round of treasure hunting at an old farmhouse near Brenham, Texas. Well, Deandra Bronny was hoping to find a few treasures in the house she inherited from her grandfather. Was she successful? Let's take a look.
Deandra, now kitchen collectibles. A lot of people overlook the plates and the serving utensils and bowls, and I see you have a lot of plates and everything. Are these all the plates that you have in the house?
Right.
Again, we're all over the house when you were looking for them. Well, there's one in particular that I found interesting, is that it is marked here, Lorraine, which is a very collectible china, and that's what you want to look for. You want to go through all the plates and see if you can find any of the maker's marks, because then that'll give you a good clue as to whether they're collectible or not. What I love about these old farmhouses are the finds, like these old butter churners. Isn't this great? And these old bottles. And also, look, we have the old medicine bottle for Vicks drops, and it's that wonderful cobalt blue, which is very desirable to collectors. Oh, and look what else we have here. A great wind-up toy from 1940s. Could this be trash or treasure? Stay tuned and find out.
Do you think Jim really forgot about this necklace, Princess Diana's necklace? Thanks. Okay, we have people in the audience today who are hoping to strike it rich with their collectibles, or at least find out a little bit more about what they have. Coming up, Tim's going to appraise what they have. We'll be right back. If you thought this clay pot was just that, then your potluck is about to change. We'll show you how a little glass can add a lot of class to just about everything.
Does your boss scream and yell at you constantly? Are you working for a monster boss? If you think that you're in an abusive workplace, give us a call at 713-218-2870.
You know, you're supposed to have car insurance. It's the law. And if you're driving around without it just because you think you can't afford it, you could be in for a real shock. So call Rodney D. Young. We'll give you a quote right over the phone, and you could have insurance for a lot less than you think.
Think young, Rodney D. Young, 644-6483.
Coming up today on 13's Live at 5.
Scientists move closer to finding a cure for cancer, and the key could be inside you, a 13 Health Check report. And then at 6, you've signed on the dotted line, but your new car may not really be yours yet. 13 consumer investigator Nydia Hahn spells out what you need to know before you drive off the lot. Plus, when a doctor's advice didn't change things, a mother turned to Marvin Zindler for help for her baby girl.
That's tonight on 13 Eyewitness News at 6. Don't just watch TV, be a part of it. Call 713-218-2800 and get your free tickets to see the Debra Duncan Show live. Join the audience and go behind the scenes. Debra Duncan, weekday mornings at 9, right here at ABC 13.
My car is a wreck. My life is a wreck. Medical bills, time off from work. I need something done now.
I'm attorney Keith Barton. When you're hurt in a car wreck, make just one call to me.
He turned this wreck into this check.
Now, I can't guarantee a check for everyone who calls, but I can guarantee that I'll work hard to get you every dollar you deserve.
Call 713-827-8500.
One call, that's all.
So, you've got one soccer game, one dentist appointment, one trip to the bank, and nothing to fix for dinner. There's just not enough time. So where are you going to go grocery shop? You want low prices, the best quality fresh produce, and quick checkout. Ah, smart mom. She knows she can get it all at H-E-B Pantry, because now there are more express lanes open when you need them most. Freshness, savings, and now faster checkout.
H-E-B Pantry.
I have Princess Diana's necklace on here. Okay, so far we focus on collectibles, but what about things that aren't necessarily collectible and really aren't valuable? Well, our next guest says, don't worry, she can turn trash into treasure. Please welcome Donna Lee from Plaid. Hi, Donna.
Hi, how are you?
Just fine. So you give new meaning to trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Here's an idea of what we're talking about. Look at this. I've seen things like this at the stores, and they cost a pretty penny there. The little pot there, and then the tiles, and of course the little tray that you have right here, and really neat idea, a little light fixture there. Easy to do?
Very easy to do. This terracotta pot, 68 cents at Hobby Lobby.
We like that.
It's real inexpensive. add a little color to it, it changes the whole thing.
Oh, so what you did here is you painted
this?
this?
Yes, painted it and then tiled it.
Okay, now how do you tile it? You buy the tiles at the craft store also?
Yes, they come in individual cut pieces, or you can use your own glass, break it up. If you don't know how to, you don't know what design you want, you could buy designs already pre-cut. And it's real simple.
But I like that idea. How many of you have dropped a plate or two? Yeah.
Save the pieces.
Ma'am, hold on to that antique plate there. Don't be dropping that antique plate. Okay. But yeah, save the pieces, and then you can make things like this.
Right. And
where do we start with?
Okay. What you do is you take the glue, and you dip on a piece. Here's
what kind of glue is this? Just regular?
It's a plaid glue. It's just a basic craft glue. And then just smear it on there.
All right. We will pretend for time's sake that I did this efficiently all over. Okay.
And then you could just lay your pieces. Here's a butterfly. You could just sit your pieces in here.
Okay.
Like that.
A little flower. All right. Oh, my flower's looking. Okay, there we go. Now I'm getting it. Okay. There's the petals. And so you get the idea of what you do here.
Right.
Here's one.
This is one that's already been glued. And then what you do is you want to fill it in with grout, a type of grout. And it's a powdered mixture. You just mix it with water. You can add color to it if you want. You just spread it on there. And you can take a brush. You can do it with the brush. Now, if you have a big project like the stepping stone, you use a big one.
Yeah.
And you fill in the things. Once you get it covered like this, all you do is you wipe off your excess, let it dry. Then when it's dry, you've got, this is a gray grout.
Yeah, look at that.
It's all filled in.
Cute. And it cost all of about how much?
$25. And then your pieces, you'll have to buy your
you can use those pieces for a number of things. Yeah.
And you can use your own glass.
Thank you very much, Donna.
Okay.
For sure. Oh, wait, you have one last thing there
you have a sealer. You put a sealer on it. It's a clear sealer. It makes it shiny. You just do that, and it will seal it for you. And you can use it indoor, outdoor. It's waterproof. Don't put it in your dishwasher, though.
All right. Donna, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You saved us some money here. All right. Remember when we last saw Tim and Deandra, they found some collectibles in the kitchen. Well, now they stumbled across an old trunk. Could this be the treasure she's been looking for?
Tim, there's got to be some treasures in here.
Well, I love these old chests, and you can see the inside, the way that it's decorated. And look at all this great stuff in here. We're going to have to go through all of this to see if there's anything of value.
What about all these old coin purses?
Oh, look at this. Oh, I love this. Look at this wallet with the old cowboy. And all these photographs. Now, are these relatives?
Right.
Wow.
And Deandra was wondering what to do with a lot of those photographs. This is what I did with mine. This is a picture of my mom back in the 1920s with her brother and her cousin. And if you go to the craft store, ask them how to make like the little lead glass type of deal here. And all it is glued onto the back of a piece of glass. And there's a little chain. And I used these for Christmas ornaments one year. I took all the old pictures and family pictures, copies of them, and put them all over the Christmas tree from different Christmases past and things like that. So just an idea there. We'll be right back right after this. Garbage to a new art form. Still ahead, meet a lady who puts new meaning into the words taking out the trash. Next, Rosie, we're whooping it up with the lovable, huggable, this is not tickle me whooping, Rosie Dover! Plus, the fabulous Bacon Brothers. Next, all new Rosie.
Today at 3 on ABC 13.
Freshness. It's why you come to Fiesta. But what does freshness mean for different foods? In produce, it's all about timing. Take pears, for example. They ripen best at home, so buy them firm. Here in seafood, freshness means that salmon was flown from Chile. You couldn't get it any fresher unless you caught it yourself. As for meat, here's the key. To keep it moist and full of flavor, it has to be cut on the spot. Freshness. It's why you come to Fiesta.
Hold on, ma'am. Let me give you a hand with that.
Oh, thank you. I don't think I could lug another thing. Thank goodness we get Ozarka home delivered.
Clyde here.
How about giving us a call to have Ozarka Natural Spring Water delivered right to your door? Home delivery is a real convenience, and it's a real pleasure having this delicious, refreshing water always at hand for you and your whole family to enjoy.
My family thinks Ozarka tastes great, but what really matters to me is that it's pure, natural spring water. There's no pollutants, no chlorine, no additives at all.
It's the natural one from way out in God's country. So try it and see, and call now while Ozarka is making this special introductory offer. 48 Sport Pack bottles free when you start home delivery. Call 888-839-2799. Toll free, 888-839-2799. And have your credit card ready. So from now on, I do the lugging, right? Call today, 888-839-2799. For pure, delicious Ozarka natural spring water, straight from nature to you, via us.
On the next Sally, cameras watch their intimate moves, sexy photos of his wife.
You are also taking these pictures of your daughter.
Somebody's watching Next Sally.
Today at 4 on ABC 13.
In just a few minutes, our collectibles expert Tim Luke will look at some of the things that our audience members brought today to see if they're worth anything. But now, our next guest found a way to turn trash into cash. The stuff you and I are throwing away, she's making a living off of. Take a look.
You know, I've always enjoyed making things, but when I make things, they always have a funky twist. The key is finding just the right stuff. It really helps if you have a good eye. Some people would just see a mannequin here, but I see a lamp. You don't have to be a great artist to turn trash into treasure. You just have to use a little bit of your imagination and be willing to have a little fun. This used to be an old telephone, and this an old pair of ski boots. You can find an old oar at a garage sale and turn it into oar people. And you can always find time for a little music. I have to admit that this didn't just happen overnight. I'm a compulsive shopper. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I can't throw anything away. Whatever we find dictates what we make. We came across 35 old mailboxes, so we made bread boxes out of them. The real secret for turning trash into treasure, it's dare to be different, break all the rules, and most of all, have fun.
She puts the fun and funky. Please welcome Doris Lee. Hi, Doris.
Hi, how are you?
Let me tell you, during that piece, Doris says that necklace, that Princess Diana's necklace is beautiful. She says, you're a little too small for it, though, so... yeah, not on your life, Doris. Okay, were you the type of kid who would just find anything and make something out of it?
Yes.
And you took your passion and actually make a living out of it?
Yes. I'm a compulsive shopper, so it was either stop shopping or...
Make something new.
Right,
yeah.
I had to get a store. So.
Okay, you did that. And we want to take a look at some of the things that you brought in this morning. This is an imagination here, okay, folks? This is an imagination. Now, what is this here?
Well, actually, my father designed this. He wanted everyone to know.
So it runs in the family?
Right. Oh, it's genetic,
okay.
Yes. It's an old fence post, old roller skates, and then he got the baskets at the Container Store. So
there you go. There's your little vegetable cart or whatever you want it to be, all right? And this item back here, a lot of it is recognizable. It's stuff that we may have old pieces of furniture you can get at garage sales for just, a few dollars, but you reinvent it by painting it.
Yes.
How much would you have paid for something like this?
Probably around $10.
$10. And this is, how much do you charge us for it after you?
Oh, we're very reasonable. Usually about $125.
Okay, for a good solid wood table there. What's going on here?
That's just an old wig stand. And we painted it and made it into a light.
Okay. And then you always wonder what happened to all those mannequin parts that people throw out. Well, Doris is collecting them is what's happening here. And this is a neat idea. You even made this sofa?
Yes, my father does export packing, so we use the old crates to make the frame with, and then we upholster it.
This is a cool idea, Doris. I like it. We think that you can make anything out of anything. That's what you've said, right?
Yes, yes.
We have a challenge for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have a challenge for you. Would you mind, it could be a little messy, would you mind dumpster diving in the KTRK dumpster?
Not at all, not at all.
Okay, we're going to send you out to dumpster dive in the KTRK dumpster, and by the end of the show, we want to see if you can come up with something. You don't have a lot of time, but you're creative, you're good. So you want to do that?
I'll do it.
All right, head out to the dumpster, Doris. She inherited an old farmhouse just outside of Houston, and she thinks it may be full of priceless antiques. Collectible expert Tim Luke met with her earlier this week to hunt room by room for hidden treasures.
The sewing machine is one of the oldest things that's been in the house.
Been in the house. Well, it's interesting because it's all together here, and the condition overall is good, but it may not have as much value as you may think. And also, we found some great thimbles, which I think are a lot of fun, and that kind of go along with the whole sewing.
What about these shoes?
Well, you know, there's a number of things when you go through a house. You're going to find a lot of old vintage clothing and a lot of shoes and other ties, those types of things, which we'll talk a little bit about.
Tim, what about this old phonograph?
Well, you know, it's interesting, the old phonograph and also some of these old records, that's a misconception about their value. There's a desirability and condition really you have to take into account, and I'll give you some more clues on the rest of your collectibles later on in the show.
Tim is also on a treasure hunt with our audience today. Is someone holding a priceless heirloom or a garage sale giveaway? We'll find out a little later on in the show. She says she can turn anyone's garbage into a work of art, but has she met her match with the Debra Duncan Dumpster Challenge? Coming up, can she turn something from trash to cash?
Hurt in an 18-wheeler wreck? My 18-wheeler wreck landed me in neck surgery and out of work. The other truck ran a stop sign. The insurance company said no help, no money. But Jim Adler got me $450,000.
Look at me. I'm Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer. $450,000. That is a lot of money. I will hammer and hammer for the last dollar possible.
Call 713-777-4000. Jim Adler was a lifesaver in my 18-wheeler wreck.
Surely he didn't do all this by himself.
Of course he didn't.
Well, who do you think helped him?
I'm so glad you could make it. What a beautiful piece.
I think I'm in love.
Look at those curves. It bends in ways I never imagined.
Cantoni. There's simply not another store like it.
You already know these guys.
No, all together, now!
Now, meet the toy of the future.
Jump.
This holiday season.
No! Out the window.
He wouldn't. He would. Adventure is in the air.
Oh, that went well.
Robin Williams, Bicentennial Man. Now playing separately, Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. Toy Story 2, rated G. Also in theaters, Bicentennial Man, rated PG, now playing.
I saw the inner me. I'm officially freaked out now.
Genital herpes used to get me down. Then I found the power to take charge. I saw my doctor and explored options like daily suppressive therapy.
With suppressive therapy, it's been 6 months since my last outbreak.
These days, I feel a lot better about my life. I'm glad I got information.
Suppressive therapy may not work for everyone with genital herpes. Talk to your doctor about treatment options. Ask if suppressive therapy is right for you. Call this number.
I've had just one outbreak in 12 months.
For more information, call today.
If you would like information on today's show, please call our Debra Duncan information line at 713-218-2800.
You want to go to the dentist. You'd go tomorrow, but to which one? Not to some name your friend jots down on a napkin, and definitely not to some dentist you'd select randomly through the phone book. You want research, information, a chance to ask questions. Excuse me, have I been wasting my breath? Maybe you haven't seen these commercials before, but that's what we do at 1-800-DENTIST. One phone call, everything you need to find a great dentist. Call us today.
Our collectibles expert Tim Luke is going to look through some of the items that our audience brought today to see if it's trash or treasure or something that's just sentimental. Let's take a look at what our first guest has. Hi there.
I'll take this for you. Let's take a look.
Let's set this right over. I'll hold that one for you. What is this? How long have you had it?
Well, I've had it for about 2 years. It's been in my family for, I figured out, about 250 years. It's 5 generations in my family.
Wow.
And my grandmother passed it on down to me.
Well, Tim, what do you see there?
Okay, well, one of the things that what you really want to look at with any kind of porcelain is you can see the crazing throughout. So that really affects its value significantly.
And crazing means what, those little crackles that we see?
All the little crackles all around here. You can see that there's a mark here, which we could do some research to find out exactly the date and the potter and everything. But what's nice is that overall the condition, you know, you just want to get some Clorox and kind of bleach that out. You know, there are ways that you can fix this up, but this has probably more sentimental kind of family significance and value than any kind of monetary. You're probably looking at something under $200 because there's a lot of them that were out there, but I know that for the family it's probably has a great history because it's been passed down, right?
Thank you.
Great. Thanks for coming in. What do we have next?
Okay, we saw this at the top of the show here, and would this be pop culture collectible?
This is a pop culture collectible, and what I like about it is everything about it just screams pop culture, screams 1980, doesn't it? And if you had Michael Jackson's signature on it, maybe that would increase its value a little bit, but unfortunately it's more decorative than anything else. You're probably looking at something under $5, and I'm sure the junkyard lady could do something fun with it.
Do something with it? Okay, well,
but unfortunately...
Where'd you find that? You just don't find that everywhere.
Well, actually, it was a gift from my aunt when I was about 8 years old.
When you're a big Michael Jackson fan?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. All right.
Thanks for bringing that in. What do we have here?
Hi. Hi. What's this? Oh, records, things that to certain generations, they've never seen these things before.
Absolutely. Now, were these yours?
No, these are actually my dad's.
Your dad's, okay. And what's nice is that I had her pull out, she's got the Beatles and some Elvis records, which they are desirable but valuable, not really.
Because they're mass produced?
Only 1 or 2% of any real big record name or anything has any real value. The rest, there were mass produced, there were so many out there, and it's a misconception. A lot of people think, well, it's the Beatles, what's this? Well, let's take a look at the record, and you have to really look to see the condition, and you're not looking at a whole lot. You're looking at things in the $3 to $5, $2 to $3 range.
Let me ask you, he asked you if those were yours, but I'm looking at you, and I don't think you ever played a record in your life. You remember record players?
When I was about 5 years old.
Okay, all right.
And you know what, Deborah, that's a great point, because a lot of people don't have record players to play them on anymore, so the desirability goes right out the window.
Yeah,
so,
thanks.
Thanks for bringing them in. Okay, what do we have
here? This is
here?
a piece here that I've been looking for, something like this, for a long time. And explain what this is.
This is a bill of sale for a slave woman and her daughter. The slave woman was 27 at the time, and her daughter was 13.
And I always wanted one of these because if I ever have children and they act up, I want them to look at that and know how hard somebody went through life so that they could have the opportunity that even I have today.
Right. And was this in the family? This is part of a family plot of land, and you found it? Where did you find this?
My husband found this about 30 years ago in his grandmother's smokehouse. It was in just a box on the floor of the smokehouse, in with newspapers and things like that. And it's important to us because we've since acquired this land from his uncle where these people lived and worked. And there's a cemetery on the land, but it's in disarray.
What's interesting about this is this has a lot of potential value. Is that, like Deborah said, this is something that she would be interested in. I'm sure that there are other collectors of historical documents. What I love about it is that it's all in handwriting, and what you would have to do is we'd have to do a lot of research on this. This is not something that I'd want to give you a value right off the top of the, right off the top of my head, but you'd need a specialist who can go through and evaluate not only the signatures, but also the historical significance and locally what this may be worth. But it has great potential, has wonderful potential. And this is a piece that, again, we'll take a look. Most of your antiques, most of anything will have great clues anywhere, and you want to turn things over and move it around. This has interesting collectability, but you have to look at the condition, and if we turn it around you can see how the condition has been worn, and even on the interior, that really kind of holds it back a little bit. You're looking at something probably about $20 to $30.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Interesting. A friend of mine had actually bought a bill of sale of a slave document, and he paid more for the bill of sale of the slave document than he actually paid for the human being, and that was just a striking point.
Absolutely.
Hi there.
Hi.
What you got for us?
Well, I really don't have a story for you. It's my aunt. I didn't have anything to bring, So it's by Aunt Merle for something because she is a collector, and it's I believe it's a ship clock.
Okay. These are great because clocks are becoming more and more collectible, and this is an American made. It says made in USA, and we tilt this up a little, you can see, and it has the original key that was used to wind it. So it's an American clock. The American clocks, you can see, were not built or made as great as the Swiss clocks or the European, but it has a great historic feel. It has a nice look to it. Probably a clockwork mechanism on the interior, which is a wonderful mechanism that could be fixed. If you go to a clockmaker, I'm sure that they can help restore the piece. I think it has great decorative potential because you can utilize it a lot, and clocks are becoming more and more collectible. It's one of those up-and-coming kind of collectibles, especially because of the shape and the size. You're probably looking at something in the $75 to $200 price range, depending on the collector and if you get it fixed.
Great.
So, nice
Thank
piece.
you.
My name is Monica.
Hi, Monica.
I had my husband went to an auction a few weeks ago and had to buy 6 boxes of junk to get this.
Had to buy. Yeah, right. Had to buy 6 boxes.
We dumped everything else, but he did find this. He wanted this, and so he got it.
Great. Oh, and what I love about this is that the front just says it all right here. Because this is Roy Rogers, there are a lot of collectors. The Roy Rogers collectibles are fantastic. And if you had the cartridges, this is like a little, almost like a Viewmaster kind of thing. You slip a cartridge in and then you can take a look and view and move it around. And it's one of those fun cameras, the Sure Shot kind of thing. And it's great crossover collectible. It's multi-collectors. If you're a camera collector, if you're a Roy Rogers collector, those types of things. This is a really nice piece. And how much did you pay for the whole box of things?
$3.
$3 for 2 boxes of junk?
6 boxes.
Six boxes of junk.
Not bad, because this particular piece to a Roy Rogers collector, you're probably looking at about $150 is what it could go for. Because the condition overall, and we'll turn it around and show you, the condition is great. Usually you see this all scratched up.
Right.
This is in very good condition. So I think he did pretty well.
Yeah.
He did
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And by the way, the phone number you see right there, the International Society of Appraisers, they can appraise things that you might think are valuable for you. Thanks, Tim. Okay, remember we challenged Funkyard owner Doris Lee to take some trash and literally turn it into treasure? She's out back in the KTRK dumpster. And Doris, you found something you can make something out of?
I did, Deborah. I found this cart to put it in, but I found scraps of material.
Can I tell you I'm frightened right now, Doris, that you found that in our dumpsters?
It's a good dumpster. An old coat, pillows, fringe. Oh, and I got this before.
Why are pillows in our
this old coat
dumpster?
here, it's a piece of cake.
All right, well, we'll see what you make out of it a little bit later on, Doris.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Meanwhile, back at the farm, our viewer Deandra was convinced if there were, or trying to be convinced that there was something in her grandfather's old house. It would be certainly something in the attic. It was the final stop on Tim's hunt for treasure.
Here we are in the attic, and most people think that they will find some treasures in the attic, or at least hope. For the most part, it's all sentimental value more than monetary. We were lucky enough to find these 2 tobacco tins, which were up here, and when we come back, we'll talk about these tins as well as some of the other treasures we found in this 150-year-old farmhouse.
Let's face it, she just sees things a little differently than the rest of us. Now she's setting her sights on turning a pile of real trash into a work of art. Go ahead, find out if Doris Lee is up to the Debra Duncan Dumpster Challenge.
Hotel accommodations by Hyatt Regency Houston downtown, just blocks from the theater district. Dinner in Spindletop and a stay at the Hyatt makes a perfect weekend getaway.
I'm going with extra pickles.
Pickles? I hate pickles. Onions rule, man. Give me extra onions, no tomatoes.
Tomatoes are key. I mean, pickles and tomatoes are like the yin and yang of the Whopper.
Look, you get your yin and yang and leave my onions alone, okay?
Okay. But you're wrong.
Hey, it's just a choice.
Yeah, and you choose to be wrong.
Oh, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jack. And that's my Whopper. It's my Whopper, and it's my $2.
Get the compact Presario 5700N Internet Bundle for just $9.99, and you'll get more than a great Internet PC. You'll also get the Internet, free. No gimmicks, no fooling. Plus, you'll get a 15-inch monitor, color printer, Intel Celeron processor, and one-touch Internet access. All this for only $9.99, plus the Internet for free. Call 1-888-921-6716 to get yours today.
Cause germs don't stick on me.
Only Band-Aid brand antibiotic bandages have antibiotic right on the pad to help wounds heal better than ordinary bandages.
Cause germs don't stick on me.
I may look young, but I still suffer from hot flashes. I discovered a natural way to deal with it. New Healthy Woman from the makers of Monistat. Healthy Woman's a soy menopause supplement that helps relieve hot flashes in a natural way. New Healthy Woman.
Selection, variety, lower prices, Fiesta. California Navel Oranges, 15 for only $1. Save a lot in 2000 at Fiesta.
Discover handcrafted treasures this weekend at the Pasadena Convention Center. Shop a variety of fine quality arts and crafts exhibits.
Country at heart.
Super Doppler 15, able to track the storm's destination and arrival time right down to the minute. Live. Super Doppler 15.
If you just tuned in and you think that this is a little too much for early morning, these are Princess Diana's pearls, her pearl and diamond necklace. And so we talked about that a little bit earlier in the show. We were talking about collectibles. All right, throughout the show, we've invited you on a treasure hunt near Brenham, Texas, where Deandra Brownie was hoping to find out if the 150-year-old farmhouse she inherited from her grandfather could be a haven for hidden treasures. Well, collectible expert Tim Luke helped her sort out the trash, and now it's time to find out if they found some treasure. Please welcome Deandra Brownie live to the show. Hi there. Things in that house that people would want may not have the big value to it, but a lot of things that people would want because they are things that people collect.
Right, and a lot of things, you know, people are faced with this a lot is, you know, Deandra inherited this house, she's looking to sell it, correct?
Right.
And, you know, and they want to go through all these things, but they're not really sure what is collectible, what is valuable to somebody else.
Right, right. Okay, what did you find?
So what we found, these are also some upcoming collectibles that I think you really want to add to your collection if you're looking for things to collect. This is depression glass, and this was in that pie safe that we found.
Yeah.
And this was wonderful find. And you can see the glasses here, but unfortunately,
it's beautiful.
there's only 5 glasses and 6 saucers. So for a complete set, that really brings the value down.
You just take a saucer away, and you're fine.
Well, but normally people are looking for 6 or 8 or 10, not 5. That's the unfortunate thing.
But depression glass, meaning this was produced during the Depression?
This was produced. Depression glass signifies that it was from about 1925 through about 1940. But what it means is that it's very, very cheap manufactured glass. Again, going back to that definition of collectible, things that were never meant to be collected. When found in mint condition, a collector will go crazy for.
It's like other things like Fiesta ware.
Fiesta ware, all the pottery, but condition, condition, condition. If there's any chips or things missing, that will bring down the value.
How much could something like that be?
Also, well, the pattern, and it's the color of the glass. Like we saw the cobalt blue, that has a lot more value than say, this particular color of glass or this particular pattern. So you do have to do your research, and you do have to find this out, but you're probably looking at, you'd have to sell these individually because you don't have a whole set. So you're probably looking at, for something like this, in the $5 to $25 price range. And you're going to see these at antique fairs, antique malls all over the place because it was done in abundance.
Oh, yeah, well, you might be able to even find the other glass at some point.
Exactly.
Or maybe somebody has the one and I'll get
Yeah, if somebody has the one glass of that, please bring it back. Okay.
And the other thing that we did find, we found this great little wind-up toy. And this is, and on the back, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a nice close-up, but on the back it says Occupied Japan. And that is a time period that this particular toy was made. And that was when America occupied Japan, during World War II. But what's wonderful is that this is another great crossover collectible because it is the West, Western, those types of things, and it's a wind-up toy. So you wind this up, it goes. This probably has a value. A collector would go for this something for about $75.
Yeah, and there's
$75 to
some wind-up toys that you've seen people get a lot more money for.
They go crazy for. Now, if it had the box and all of that, that's where then the price goes up.
Okay.
Some misconceptions. Newspapers, old newspapers. A lot of people think, you know, that newspapers have a lot of value. Now, there's some interesting headlines here in the paper, and you had a huge stack of all kinds of paper things. It's more historic than any kind of value.
What year is this?
This is, what year?
It says 99th year. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, there you go. 1940. Okay.
1940. So not as much value. Even the assassination of President Kennedy, those papers, there's a lot of them that were out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, not as much value. This is great. This goes along with advertising, these feed sacks. And what I like about it is that regionally, I think that there's a lot of value. But, you know, what you're really looking at is something probably in about the $20 to $25 price range for something like that.
All right. Well, Tim, thank you very much. I'm going to go over the collectible tips one more time. You said desirability, value, historical background, and condition. Always think about that with your collectibles. All right, when we come back, we'll see if artist and funkyard owner Doris Lee was able to create something using only the items in the KTRK dumpster. It's an epidemic that's sweeping Houston. No, it's not the flu. It's something much more serious. Fashion fever. On tomorrow's show, it's our version of E's Fashion Emergency with special guest Emmy. Find out if you could be a fashion flatliner. On tomorrow's Debra Duncan.
When I'm on the internet and I get a call, PDQ's internet call waiting lets me decide whether to take it, Roger again, or leave it.
To find out what our internet call waiting can do for you, call PDQ.
In Texas, we know hay fever. When red cedar pollen rolls in, hay fever becomes uncomfortable. And if you also suffer from asthma, it can be unbearable. Today, we're working on a solution, and you can help by participating in a clinical research trial. If you or someone you know is currently suffering from both hay fever and asthma, find out about a no-charge research study on an investigational drug for treatment of these conditions. To qualify, you must be at least 15 years old, have a 2-year history of seasonal hay fever and increased late fall-winter asthma symptoms, and currently be experiencing the wheezing symptoms of asthma and the sneezing and runny nose symptoms of hay fever. If you qualify, call 1-888-909-4949 immediately. Study participants receive free physical exams, lab tests, and study medication. Call 1-888-909-4949. That's 1-888-909-4949.
Are making more memories. One show only live at Compact Center. Saturday, January 29th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets now at Compact Center and Ticketmaster.
I switched from AOL to PDQ because PDQ gives me faster internet service for about half the price.
If getting to the net for less than $10 a month sounds good to you, call PDQ.
Well, they say that one man's trash is another man's treasure, and nobody believes that more than Doris Lee, owner of Funkyard. We asked her to whip up something using only the items she found in our dumpster. She went dumpster diving this morning. Are you ready to see what she came up with? Yeah. All right, Doris, what did you make? Oh, I'm frightened. Come on over here, Doris. Okay. Now, first of all, let me say that I'm scared that these things are found in our dumpster, but all right, you ready to see it? Yeah. Oh, my God.
But
all right. There was a rabbit hair jacket back there, and so she just put it in this grocery cart and made a chair out of it, like a wheelchair, a funky wheelchair.
But I couldn't figure out what to do with the umbrella.
You know we're in Houston. You know it's sunny. I say stick it right here. There you go. There you go. I love it. That is pretty.
It's comfortable.
2 locations for the Funkyard?
Yes, Katy Mills Mall and in First Colony Mall.
And can people bring things to you to have them made? You know,
Yes.
I think Mattress Mac forgot about the little necklace situation here, and I hope...
Debra, I gotta take those jewels
I can't get it off. I tried to get it off. I'm sorry, really, Mac, I can't get it. I don't want to make the pass. I can't get it off. I'm sorry, I can't get it off.
Thanks for watching Debra Duncan and making it the most watched morning talk show in Houston.
Stop wondering. If you have a child stricken with cerebral palsy and you believe medical negligence may have been a factor, ask yourself, was there a delay in performing an emergency C-section? Did your baby get enough oxygen during delivery? Were there umbilical cord problems? Did your baby have seizures within 24 hours of birth? Was there an extremely traumatic delivery? If any of these were factors in your baby's birth, call us now. We can help you get answers and put your mind to rest.
What's for breakfast?
There's cereal on the table.
Cereal. Cereal again?
Cereal! Cereal again! Cereal! Cereal! Look, I am a sailor!
Need a little variety in your breakfast? Try the Golden Corral Weekend Breakfast Buffet for just $5.49. Made to order eggs and omelets, hash browns, pancakes, waffles, and more, plus all you can drink juice. Breakfast at Golden Corral. Almost too good to believe.
Honey?
Hi.
At 13 Eyewitness News, we cover stories where you live. With Dave and Shara at 6 and 10. We're right at home, in a place we know by heart. 13 Eyewitness News, Houston's news leader.
Next, Sally, voyeurism and the internet.
Coming up on The View, Law & Order's Special Victims Unit star Richard Belzer, plus Cindy Crawford. Then, is there actually a secret to winning the lottery? One man says there is. He knows it, and he's telling all today. And the ladies are back at the table talking hot topics in segment 5. All that and more next on The View.
I had this idea for a show. Different women, different points of view.